Hi guys, welcome back to another book review. Today we're going to talk about Seeing Red by Bailey Hannah. So I have a lot of thoughts on this one. This one is book 2 from the Wells Ranch series. I read book 1. If you go back, you can find my review back on book 1. It's back in there. You may have to scroll for a while, but it's there. So let's talk about this one. I really enjoyed book 1. Book 1 was actually my first cowboy romance. I really have not read another one since then. It's just not normally what I read, and I get very nervous because I really enjoyed this one, and I'm scared that if I read another one, it might not live up to the hype of this one, or like this author, the last one. So I kind of been sticking in what I know and kind of scared to venture out because I don't want to ruin the genre for me. So I'm really being picky. And so if anybody knows any really good ones like this series that just are great cowboy romances, go ahead and drop those recs for me. And because I'm going to be honest with you, like I said, so far, I'm just so scared. These are so good. And I don't want to not get into a genre because I read an amazing one and then everything else is just going to kind of be like, you know? So anyway, so back to the main point of this. So this is book 2. Like I said, these are just good. Like she writes really well. I'm just going to straight up tell you the way she writes, her books move at a quicker pace. They're not slow. They don't drag. They don't have any lulls. Nothing. Her books just keep you hooked from the first page to the last page. That's just the best way to do it. And she writes a lot of emotion into her books. And I think that's another reason that I enjoy her cowboy romances is because it's not just like, oh, he's a hot guy in some cowboy pants. Like she's got emotion and depth and so much into her characters that it's just, like I said, I really like this one. I really liked book 1. So I'm going to kind of give you an overview. This one is going to deal, there's a consequence they deal with from having a one-night stand because she's mad at an ex and kind of wants to show him off and get some kind of revenge. And they now have the consequences of a one-night stand. And it's not a consequence she wanted with this person. And it's just, she barely tolerates him. And, you know, one thing's going to lead to another. You know, obviously there's going to be some romance happening. But it's good. It's good. She doesn't, it kind of like, it's not necessarily an enemies to lover, but she does not really like him. Like she doesn't really like him. And so I'm going to just say that she kind of just with him and she doesn't really like him. And obviously it's going to be from there going on with that. So biggest thing I'm going to say on this one is, you know, just this one is just, it's going to be a cowboy romance. It is going to be spicy. She does write some spicy scenes, and they are fairly descriptive spicy scenes. Her spicy scenes are not fade to black. Sorry, my hair is bugging me. Her spicy scenes are not fade to black. They're good. They are written well. And like I said, I just really, really enjoy them. So if you are somebody who loves cowboy romance and you're just wanting to try a new author, or you're like, I just need a good one, or if you're somebody who wants to break into the cowboy romance scene and you're kind of nervous, kind of like I was, and I am, definitely check out book 1. This is book 2. I mean, I think you could read this one as a standalone if you wanted to. It might give away some spoilers for book 1 if you do. Not really, not a whole lot, but it could give a little bit of spoilers away for book 1. Not too bad. I mean, you could, but like I said, I think I really enjoyed book 1. So I would just, for my personal recommendation, pick up book 1, pick up book 2, and devour them because they are so good. Like I said, I read this one, didn't want to put it down. Typical me with this author. Like I said, she was my first one, so oh my god, but they're so good. So like I said, it's got some spice, moves at a quick pace, and the trope is just gonna be like I said, it's gonna be consequences from, you know, of a one-night stand, and she doesn't really like him, and so that's gonna be it. And there's gonna be a lot happening. So I make that say I'm like, oh, it's really simple. No, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of secrets. There's a lot of hiding stuff. The biggest one is the emotion in these books. This author is so emotional. Just that's the way I'm gonna put it. So emotional, so crazy emotional in her books. So if you are looking for a good cowboy romance, I would definitely recommend this one to check out because it is so good, and I loved it, and I think you will too.